Strong voice, strong opinions.
Wake Up with Rob Snow returns on City News 1011.
Time for Money Monday with Peter Fraser, certified financial planner with Credential Q-Trade Securities and Alterna Wealth Management Group here in Ottawa. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning, Rob.
Yeah, it's great to hear from you. So, look, there's so much anxiety right now about the cost of living environment, about the overall economic environment. Today, you're going to talk about reflecting on P&P. What is P&P?
Well, we're going to offer a couple of ideas to help weather the storm, but basically the portfolio and the plan. I thought we could take a look at a few turmoil-fighting ideas this morning, and obviously we're deep into that aggressive fight against inflation you just referenced. There's a lot impacting portfolios in particular, and largely negatively, and it's been a rough year. So we know central bankers are signaling that more pain could be coming. Last week, the finance minister in her federal update made it official that 2023 looks recession probable. So I wanted to take a moment and just look through those lenses at a few priorities that we can be refreshed about when it comes to the portfolio and the plan. So I've got 5, and I think we can get them in on time.
All right, go ahead.
All right. First one is to be a contrarian. That is to say, I think it's a great idea to test your current plan if you haven't already, and if you have, get it tested again. Make the conditions even more arduous. You know, those what ifs, like what if this goes on for longer? What if rates are higher? What if the market returns are lower? So take a look at that and see what the impact is on your portfolio and by extension on your plan. Contrarians also revisit their appetite for risk, and that's both capacity and tolerance for risk. And that's simply because it's been, we've been in an environment for a decade or so where strong markets have helped a lot of us to trend towards higher risk appetites and biases towards optimism. So there are tools that you can take that help you to just make sure you're in the right spot when it comes to having the right amount of risk tolerance in times like this. And that TFSA.
Okay. What about TFSAs?
Yeah, there you go. Not sure if you're aware, but the contribution limit has grown as a direct result of these high inflation rates. So for 2023, that number is going up to $6,500, and a good opportunity to ask a question if the portfolio is structured around maximizing that tax sheltering movement. Number 3, I call it heads up and keeping our eyes on the long term. We're human. We're susceptible to getting swept up in, the very real noise of these market conditions. But I think it's a good idea to stay vigilant, to not overreact. Obviously, short-term waves of volatility can tempt us to take some drastic moves, but take another look at your medium, your longer-term horizons. It may be that they have to be modified a little at this point, and, that's a reality of the times that we're in. Wanted to give a plug for the beat-up bonds. Warren Buffett says to be greedy when others are fearful, but they've had a dismal year. You know that. And it's been okay to camp out temporarily in other things, maybe short-dated liquid investment accounts, savings accounts, things like that. But a talk about getting back into this space could be attractive because you're going to be able to lock into now higher interest rates that are being paid on these very securities. So, and finally, number 5, okay. Rob, it's harvest season, so don't forget tax loss selling. There's a silver lining in here that if there are investments, that's not your RIF or your RSP, but sometimes these losses can be considered when it comes to something called tax loss harvesting. So gains realized can be carried back for 3 years or carried forward indefinitely. And so there is some value here, especially in the harder times. And
you're looking for the silver lining, Peter. That's always appreciated when times are tough to be a little bit optimistic. But of course, talk to your advisor, and if you have questions for Peter, what's the best way to get a hold of you, Peter?
Well, you can reach me at moneymondays@alterna.ca. I've got a sample of that risk questionnaire that you can try out on yourself. And you said it, but don't hesitate to lean on your advisor. Get in an extra phone call, an extra Zoom meeting to check these things out. That's what you pay them for, and that's what we do best. So, be intentional, be purposeful, and step up the resiliency.
Yeah. Excellent material this week, Peter. Thank you so much. Very useful.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah. Money Mondays at alterna.ca if you would like to get in touch with Peter Fraser. We'll be in touch with David Smith when we come back, find out what's coming up. Should be a breaking news-filled talkback hour at 750-1310. We'll be right back. This is City.